Broadcasting live, finally back in business.
Where you been?
We try. I'm sitting here. I haven't moved from the spot in like 4 weeks. I started work. I'm what are you doing? I'm going in. Busy. I'm not this week. No, he's busy. I forgot. You work, Mike? No, I can't work because he's busy. I got to do my talk first. First we do talk, then we can work.
You look good, bro, but you got to speak up because you're a little low.
I'm a little low?
That's better. That's good. No. Just got to speak up. That's all.
I'm speaking.
You got to bring the energy.
Damn.
You look good. You got your summer tank top on?
Yeah, baby.
What's the saying?
I was going to be naked. I was like, nah.
It's fine by me. I won't get intimidated.
I know you won't. So we have to do whatever we have to do to draw attention. Fuck it.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been giving you an update on why we haven't been live for the past 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I've been cranking out this. This is the app that I've been working on. People can see in the upper right-hand corner, Legacy 2020. It's the name of the app that we're going to be using to promote our Pro Origin Strategy business. Now, I'm getting feedback on my end with the sound. Are you?
I haven't gotten any feedback. I can take my headset off, but that didn't matter before. It's up to
Took
you.
it off before, but now I'm wondering if anybody can chime in. Is anyone hearing feedback on this? Anybody that's watching? If not, I can go. It's annoying on my end because I got to speak the words are coming right back at me. Do me a favor, Mike.
Do you want me to take my headphones off?
Try to. I don't know what it is, but when you're off, I'm going to take you off.
Wait. I'm taking my headphones down. I'm just going to speak louder into the mic.
Let me see.
How about now?
I still got feedback.
That's crazy. You want me to shut off and then come back on?
Yeah. Come back on.
All right.
I'll remove that and wait for you. R.I.P. to my boy Dave Chesney. Just wrote the post for his passing. Man. Seems like every single week or thereabouts, someone close is leaving the earth. Another one too young, not even 55 yet. Let me get Mike back.
Yo.
Mike, yeah. All right.
Better? Worse?
Sounds good. I think
I
that's
headset
good.
on or anything, so I'm just going to have to talk loud.
All right. So I was just talking about a little somber news. Did you know Dave Chesney?
I don't know him personally, but I know.
One of the greatest athletes in Bayonne. Wonderful human being. Not even 55 yet. Just passed away.
Oh, wow.
Had a really, really difficult childhood. Brother and father died really young. Basically had to raise himself, and he became a Hall of Fame baseball player at St. Peter's College, and then went on to have a great career in the investment management business. 5 beautiful kids. And, bro, up until the day he died, he just refused to go out on cancer's terms. He was just like, I'm living my life. I'm drinking whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to events. He played golf. He traveled. He didn't just curl up and go away. He lived it. So R.I.P. to Dave, a great Bayonne legend. One of the more incredible human beings I ever met in my life. So started talking about this app here, Mike. So what this app is going to do is, if you could take a look for our Synergy business. Now, if you take a look and see, I'm going to pause it right there. You see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different tabs. You have 7 different tabs, right?
Right.
So on the top one, first of all, let's establish right from the start. Synergy Company's 23 years old, stellar track record of integrity and quality. They do 600 tests on their product. Really no competition in their space. The product Pro Arginine tested 262 times, science based on a Nobel Prize. And Mike, it has a 51.3% customer retention rate. Now, Mike, do you know what the industry average is? Customer retention rate?
I forgot what you told me. I remember you telling me one before.
It's about 8.8.
Wow.
So if you're looking in the space of doing some side hustle, home-based sales, do you want to go into business with a new company that's a little unsure, you don't know where they're going to end up, with products that, have an 8.8% retention rate, or with a company with a stellar track record, basically in business in 28 countries, the last one being in the United States, with a product that has 8 times the industry average, or 6 times, or whatever that number is. I'm not great at math, right? I mean, so we have an app now that, if you take a look at this, we have a tab here. You press to recruit a new team member, recruit a network marketing pro, recruit a health professional. That's a doctor, chiropractor, nutritionist. Recruit with Amara, the skin line for the ladies. Share Pro Arginine, which would be basically looking for customers. And then we have a tab that shows all our other products. So everything is going to be in the app. You click on these tabs, and it'll take you to all the resources that are available. Now, I'm getting echo again. Do you hear my echo?
I hear like you have feedback in your background a little bit.
Yeah, feedback.
In your background. I thought maybe your TV was on or something.
No, it's my voice is reverbing. I'm going to remove you for a second, just see if it's you. Testing 1, 2. Yeah, every time I put you on, I'm getting feedback. I don't know why that's happening. Right now, I have no feedback with you off.
I mean, I don't know what to do.
Add you, and I got reverb.
I don't know what to do.
I don't know. We have to fire you, basically. That's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping somebody can chime in and see if it's not feedback coming out, but I don't mind. I can deal with it. Let me just see if somebody can check. Hold on a second. You could talk.
Oh.
Talk to me. What's been going on with you for the last month?
I took about a week off with me and my daughter. We just went and enjoyed the days. I'm planning another big trip with her to Puerto Rico in August.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so we're gonna do like a 5 days out in Puerto Rico, right on the coast of Puerto Rico. It's a pretty badass place. Conquistador, really beautiful hotel. It was taken over by the Waldorf Astoria. So it's really nice. It's over it's a cliff. It's on a cliff. Has all these big, huge pools in it. Some slides, and then you have to take a boat to an island to go to the beach. So I'm looking forward to that. It's like 2 weeks. So that'll be cool. That'll be fun. Just enjoying the summer, because the summer goes by so fast that I try to capture every day. So I cut my workload a lot during the summertime, just because I want to spend time with my daughter down the beach and enjoy these months. Because once September rolls around, she starts school, studying heavy, business picks up a lot, and you start the hustle again of the business. And that's what sucks living around here. You only got like 12 weeks of nice weather, so I'm all about enjoying it. It was funny. I read something the other day when somebody picked out like 5 things people talked about like before they died, like things they had wish they'd done differently. And one thing that kind of stuck out in my mind was, they did a poll, of like 100 people on their deathbed. And one of them was, top 5, one of the ones that always came up was, I wouldn't work as much. I wouldn't work as hard. And I sat back for a second, I thought about that, and I said, yeah, it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. Because you know what? You gotta fucking work hard. When you're on your deathbed, it's easy to say, I wish I didn't work as much, but you know what? You wouldn't be able to go on vacation. You wouldn't be able to drive a nice car. You wouldn't be able to live in a home that you're living in. You wouldn't be able to wear nice clothes or do nice things when you're having. I wouldn't be able to take my daughter every weekend or every day down the shore, putting all the money in gas and all whatever. Not that I don't worry about the prices. I know the prices are shitty and whatever like that. But when you're hustling, you're making money going as hard as you are. You don't worry about those prices as much because you're hustling all the time. And when somebody sat back and said, "Oh, I wish I didn't work as much," I'm like, "You're full of shit because you wouldn't be able to enjoy yourself on the off days." Now, I'm not telling you to work on the weekends. Of course, you got to take time off. You're working 7 days a week. That's a little different story. But I'm talking about when somebody's sitting there saying, "Oh, I wish I didn't work as much." Well, how would you be able to afford nice things? How would you be able to give a legacy back to your kids? How would you be able to support your family, your wife? We got to support the family. A man's got to support his family. So how are you going to do those things if you're not working hard? You got to. And so when somebody says that to me, I got to put them on pause. Like, yeah, it sounds great, like fluffy-wise. Sounds, yeah, I wish I didn't work as much. But what would you be? You want to live in Section 8? You want to be a fucking loser? Then don't work. But on my deathbed, if I said I had worked a lot, but I gave back a lot too. And that's what I think is important. Just giving back. Because you got to give back. And that's one of the key elements.
That's the old expression, right? Work hard, play hard. I'm going to test again. I just asked this feedback. There is data coming out of your line, and I want to see if my feed is feedback. D, can you chime in? Is there echo on my? She just said there was static on your end.
That sucks.
Do you have?
Maybe it's my laptop. I don't know. No, maybe it's my fucking iPad. Actually, let me see if I can put my headphones on. Maybe it won't static when I put the headphones on. I gotta get new iPad. I gotta get new thing.
Maybe we gotta do. We gotta get you a new system.
I just get a new iPad. I'm gonna buy one anyway. So
is that what you're using, an iPad?
Yeah. Why? What are you using?
I'm on a desktop. So I got the webcam.
Can you hear me now, or is it still feedback?
I still hear static feedback. It sounds bad. You have to abort.
Let me see if it works off my phone. Let me see if it works. It's gonna be a small version, but let me see if it works.
Okay. Try that.
I'll get out of here and I'll talk to you in a minute.
All right. If I don't know about trials and tribulations of Facebook Live and technology. Yankees traded Jordan Montgomery for a guy that's in a friggin' boat. A fourth outfielder. Can anybody explain that to me? I know we're not supposed to talk sports. Let me see if I can get my boy back here.
How are we doing?
Michael?
Can you hear me? Mic check.
I hear you perfectly. You sound better. Everything is perfect. So
the iPad. I'm gonna actually go to my head, see if my earphones.
I just lost you now.
Okay. I'm going without earphones.
You don't need them, bro. You sound good. You look good.
All right, cool. I'm using my phone. The iPad is shot.
This is the way to do it. Yeah, this is much better. All right, so we apologize for the people that we've just wasted 5 minutes of your life. So we gotta step it up, bro. We gotta step up the content. So it's your job to fill up the content. Let's talk about what's been going on. You said you had some nice time with your daughter. I too. My daughter is going to be leaving me. She's going to college, which is hard to understand. She's going to college. My baby girl's going to college.
University of Tampa. That's where my oldest one went.
I know you said. So I only have like 2 more weeks before she leaves. So I don't want to tell her because I don't like to. But I'm getting a little sad.
It's tough, bro. It's tough. It's hard. It's hard. But it's good to watch them grow up. It's sad, bittersweet. It sucks, but hey, man. If you did the right thought, which I know you did, you're a great dad, and she's never gonna leave you. She's always gonna be back.
Yeah. She's I got a lot of faith in her. I got a lot of confidence in her. She's got a great work ethic. She's got good foundation. She's tough.
And we say she's going to for nursing.
She wants to be a nurse, yeah. So we had a nice little getaway. It was nice. We had a little blended family action going this week. Z's girl and her boyfriend came down.
That's cool.
Fresh and her friend. And then my son bought his girl. My son's girl is one of the more beautiful women. I mean, she's 19. One of the more beautiful girls you'll ever see in your life. A natural beauty. She's from Holland.
Oh, geez.
She's just like she like immediately can be plopped in a magazine today.
Wow.
These daughters. I mean, all these girls that were there were beautiful. I'm not, I don't want to say one was what. She's just incredible. She's tall and she's athletic. She's on the ODU field hockey team. She's got a full ride.
Oh, beautiful.
For field hockey. So I had a really awesome time with the families. It was fun. We did some we acted a little kid like. We might have had a drink or two.
Nothing wrong with that.
On one night, Z and I slept outside.
Oh, geez.
On the ground. Yeah.
Was that purpose or?
It was purpose. Yeah, it was so nice out, and we were like, you know what? Let's. Plus, the kids were inside; they were a little loud, and we were like, let's just sleep out here. And it was really woke up with the sunrise, and it was really a nice,
That's beautiful,
nice rejuvenation. Because as I started to say at the beginning of the show, for the last 6 months, we've been really working this app.
Right, I know you have.
And I'm telling you, Mike, it's going to be the greatest tool to ever enter into the home-based business industry. I couldn't be more excited about it. And here's the best part. I don't care who you are. I don't care what level of intelligence you have. You could be a complete moron. I can teach a person how to use the app in 10 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
10 minutes.
I'm a complete moron,
You're not, but you're like a half one, not complete. I know lots of completes. In 10 minutes, I can teach someone how to fully, effectively, efficiently use the app, and they will be in business, being able to market the wonderful products, especially ProArgi-9, by just touching a couple of buttons.
That's great.
All the work is done from the video end. All the work is done from the funnel end, from the upload of the resource end. Everything is going to be done for the person. They just have to click the share button, and they can share via text, via email, via any of their social media links. And Mike, I have to tell you, since we've talked, 2 more people in my life have died of heart attacks in the last month since you and I have done a show.
That's crazy.
And
yeah,
and you want to shake them because you cannot have
Why?
Cannot have a heart attack.
I had
if you have sufficient nitric oxide in your body.
Right.
Your heart attack, Mike, is what? It's lack of blood flow to the heart.
Mm-hmm.
A stroke is lack of blood flow to the brain. Well, nitric oxide loosens up the pathway. It's a vasodilator. It oxygenates the blood. And even if you're in bad shape, we don't want to encourage you to be in bad shape. We want you to be in good shape, exercise, eat well. But even if you're not, do yourself a favor. Get yourself the ProArgi-9, because it at least gives you some assurance from suffering from a heart attack or stroke, because it will clean out the artery, the pathways.
It's funny you say that about not working out. My family has always been into health, fitness, working out. At least my immediate family, me, my sister, my dad. My mom was always active. She never really worked out, but she worked her fucking ass off. She really didn't have to work out. That's how hard she worked. But anyway, my cousin, my youngest cousin, he just had a stent put in about a month and a half ago. I've talking to him forever about ProArgi. He doesn't work out, doesn't take care of himself. He smokes, he abuses himself. And I yell at him all the time. He's my little cousin. He's 41 years old, but I yell at him like he's like, a 12-year-old sometimes. And once I heard he was in the hospital, because I heard it through my mom. He wouldn't tell me. I bought the ProArgi-9 myself for him. I shipped it out to him. He started using it. He's feeling a lot better. But that just goes off of what you were saying is, even if you don't work out, try to your best to even eat healthy. Take the right supplements. And people say, well, what supplements should you take? Well, I was always big on all the, your protein intake, my creatine and stuff like that. And I kind of put a hold on that in my first, and that's not just because we're in business, Bob, but it is important people understand blood flow. You can take all the vitamins and minerals in the world, but if you don't have the right blood flow, this shit ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's what I think people understand. Well, I take my multivitamin, I take this, I take multivitamins aren't shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't need a fucking multivitamin. You need to you can eat real well, you can do a lot of other things, but you need to have that pro-arginine in your system for the proper blood flow, or nothing is gonna happen. Nothing's gonna go there. You know, get away from, I've really changed my diet a lot over the class, and I thought I was strict, right? But I got away from all like the high gluten flours. I'm completely gluten free. I don't do dairy anyway, so I got away from all dairy products as well. Not that I did it much anyway, maybe a little bit in my coffee, but not even that much anymore. And it makes a world of difference. Now, I used to sit down and eat a plate of pasta, a pound of pasta like it was nothing. And then now you feel so bloated and like, oh my God, I feel like shit. Well, one thing is we are getting older. So I'm going to talk to people that are in their 40s and 50s. And I'm really talking to people that are in their 20s and 30s. Now, you're not going to feel the same thing because your hormone levels are so much higher when you're younger. But as you get older, you can't get away with the shit you did when you were younger. So you have to have the right nutrients in your system. You have to have great blood flow. And yeah, we'll keep on beating people over the head with the pro-arginine. Yeah. But at the same time, if you don't have that going for you, as you're getting older, you're going to be in so much, pain throughout your life. You don't even realize it. The inflammation that you're putting through your body by doing the gluten, get rid of that. And it was funny because when I was young in my late 30s and it was gluten thinking, gluten free, this, I was like, these fucking people stupid. Like, just eat fucking regular pasta. Don't eat a lot of it. But I'll be honest with you. After I switched over, I saw the difference. I don't get the bloatiness. I don't get the tiredness like that. When you eat too much, you just feel like that coma, that carb coma. You don't have any of that. So it really matters when you get older, more so when you're younger. You can get away with a lot of shit when you're younger. So yeah, maybe I'm talking to the younger ones a little bit, but not really that much. I'm talking to guys like us, late 40s, 50s, 60s. You want to feel better? It doesn't take much. I'm not gonna. Should you work out? Fuck yeah, you should work out every day. That's my thing. I'll beat that dead if somebody says. But one thing for sure is you should be taking the right nutrients into your system. That you just can't fight it anymore, unless you're gonna hear people like you say, this one died, that one died, this one died. Well, you know what? Part of me feels bad sometimes, but part of me doesn't feel bad anymore. Now, if you didn't take care of yourself, I'm not gonna feel bad. If you're walking around obese, I'm not gonna feel bad because I'm not going to body shame anybody. But I will tell you, if you're fat and you're obese, I'm trying to save you. Body saving, not shaming. That's what people got this whole thing, like politically correct. But what is politically correct? I'm looking out to save people's lives. If they think I'm talking too harsh, because I get a lot of feedback sometimes from my talks. I do my one talks, and people are like, "Man, you're too hard sometimes. You're lashing out on fat people, or whatever." I don't care anymore. Then tune me out. You're fat. That's it. Look in the mirror. It's not funny anymore. It's not even a joke anymore. I will body shame you if that's what it takes to get you on a right path. I'm trying to, you're fat and overweight. Guess what? You're gonna take 15 to 20 years off of your life. So you're gonna be mad at me because I'm not making fun of you, but I'm calling you out on your fatness. You're gonna be mad at me for doing that, or you're mad at yourself. Or you're mad at me, or you're mad at yourself for looking the way you did and not doing anything about it. Because I'm telling you, if you lost the weight, you can gain an extra 10 to 15 years on your life. So wait a minute, you're mad at me because I'm kind of yelling and being really maybe a little assertive with you, talking to you about how fat you are because I'm trying to put more years on your life, but instead you want to sit there like a fat cow and be dead 15, 20 years sooner than you should be? Why are you mad at me? Why are you upset with me? What the fuck am I doing wrong? I'm not doing anything. I'm trying to promote health. So, I've been battling that for a long, the last few weeks, I've been back and forth battling people on these advocates that say, oh, appreciate your body. Because I've been bashing people left and right that are okay with these plus size models. It's not okay. You might have accepted your life like that, but it's not okay. It's not okay to walk around looking the way you do. You don't have to. You choose to. That's just it. And it's frustrating.
It's not even a look thing. I mean,
No,
It
fuck
is.
that, Bob. No, you know
It
what?
is. I get it.
Look thing.
I understand.
No.
I understand.
It's a fucking look thing. Look at yourself in the mirror. You look like shit. Do something about it. It's a fucking look thing.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore. If you look like a fat fuck, do something. You know what's so funny? Even people that don't look bad, I've got people that I work out with, they can't even squat without their own body weight for 10 or 15 reps without feeling winded. They can't even go down and do a full range of motion with a lunge. But I walk. I don't give a fuck you walk. You should be walking. If you're 90 years old, walking is okay. Anything below 90, you should be exercising.
Yeah.
And exercising properly. That's it. I'm not kowtowing anymore. Fuck this bullshit.
And the biggest problem is now
What?
It's not just, I shouldn't say it's not a look. It's not just a look thing, but it's, I mean, you're guaranteed the remaining years of your life. If you're obese, you're going to be, you're just not going to enjoy life. You're going to be in and out of the hospital, the doctor. You're going to get diabetes. You're going to get stents. You're going to be tested. You're always going to have a heart. I mean, there's going to be so many problems. So even listen, if you want to, you can. I'm more of a. I like to consider myself in the middle. I'm certainly not you, but I'm not, Johnny from down the street who's eating fucking 4 pizzas and 45 fucking rings a week. Well, I'm in the middle. I like to have my snacks when I want them, but I also know that if I'm gonna do that shit, I better put the work in to at least offset some of the shit I'm doing, because I'm not gonna look like you, because I'm not willing to eat like you and do the workouts that you do. But if I at least somewhat behave and I don't fucking overextend myself, and then and if I do, like you say, look in the mirror, and not just literally look in the mirror, but the old, like the virtual look in the fucking mirror and say, man, I don't like the way I feel. I feel fat. I feel like the belt is tightening, the button's tightening. So gluten free, like what's that mean? What does it mean you can't eat? What's gluten free?
Well, you'd be surprised what's in so many foods. Like I'm learning more and more every day, and you think you learn, but like I start off with just regular pastas. Switch all the pasta out, all the regular pastas, just make sure it's gluten-free pasta. Do I have some other breads from time to time? Yeah, make sure it's whole wheat, but I try to stay away from it, and I consume it at a very minimum. Biggest thing I do stay away from is dairy. That is the killer of them all. Dairy is definitely the killer. But if you're gonna start off slow, what I tell people, I'm not asking you to switch your whole lifestyle, but hey, start off with just the pastas alone. You want to have a spaghetti dinner. You can have red lentil spaghettis. You can have gluten-free spaghetti. You can have penne, fusilli. You can have tons of different gluten-free stuff. It's not going to taste much different at all. If you have good marinara sauce, which I grew up in a pizzeria restaurant for 20 years, so I know how to cook. So if you don't know how to cook, I'll fucking make you a pot of sauce for you. But if you have a great marinara sauce, if you've got a great sauce, you won't even tell the difference.
Yeah,
you won't even tell the difference of it, and you can eat without feeling that bloatedness, that weighing you down all the time. And
so what is gluten?
If something has gluten in it, it's going to cause inflammation.
So let's dumb it down. What's gluten? What is it?
Gluten is what you find in different flours.
Okay.
Mostly. So I mean, again, I'm doing a whole new research on it. I also went and took my I'm doing a hair analysis, hair mineral analysis. So you take your hair, and not that I have much of it, but
say what the fuck? What would you do?
I had some hair in the back. You had some hair in the back, so I shaved my hair down, in the back or whatever. And you do this hair follicle analysis, and ship it off, and you're gonna find out. And I just did that. I just literally did it just the other day. So I'm waiting to find back, where I am exactly deficient in minerals and vitamins, and they're gonna tell me deficient. How many other heavy metals in my system. Walk around, you don't realize it. So I'm trying to key in it. Now again, I beat my body up pretty big working out. So my knees. Severe arthritis in my knees, but doesn't stop me. I keep pushing forward. So, I'm trying to do everything I can to limit the knee pain and the joint pain So I could work out harder. So I could function, at a younger age. So it's a learning curve. And the more I learn, the more I'll obviously share with more people.
That's pretty good. All right, so will you have these results next week, you think?
I'm pretty sure I might. I sent them out. I have somebody that sent them out for me. She does all the research for us, and maybe we can get her on. And she's pretty in depth when she talks. So we're gonna have a block of time for her to come out and talk, because she's nutritionally wise. She's dead on. She can look at your face and tell you what you're deficient in, just looking at your face.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's crazy. So
let's get her on here, Mike.
Yeah, we're gonna get her on. I've been also looking around at different locations, because I'm definitely looking to expand the business. I've been running it out of my home since COVID, the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Now we're around town looking at different buildings.
Really?
Yeah. I would like to open up a commercial spot, maybe 3,000 to 5,000 square foot, and just
wow.
Thing open for real. Really open it up. So
man.
The last couple weeks, you've been working on your apps for the last couple weeks. I've been driving all around town, looking for different locations to open up my business again, because I don't want to do it out of my home. Enough's enough.
Yeah.
I did it during COVID. It was great, but now we're growing. We're growing out of it, and we need to expand.
What you looking in your area, Westfield area?
Westfield, Fanwood, which is right next door. Scotch Plains, Garwood. All the surrounding area. Nothing that's more than 10 or 15 minutes from Westfield. Most of my clients now are from the Westfield area.
Sure.
So I'm trying to build from that area. So that'll be great.
That's exciting, bro. So maybe somebody listening, if they know you're looking for a small building, it's nothing big, right? Just a little space.
Small space. Yeah. Well, I have Martina. She also does real estate as well. So she's been well. So So I'm hoping within the next 6 months to this time next year, we're in a new facility, rocking and rolling.
That's great, bro. That's exciting news, my man.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's time. This is the time. We talk about leaving a legacy behind for our kids and stuff like that, and between selling the Pro Arginine and getting that up and running off and well, we want to leave a legacy behind. We want to leave something for our kids to look back and say, hey, look what Dad did. Look what the positive things they've done in life and society.
Yeah.
How many people have we helped? It's not just about, I'm not built in this place because I can live comfortably right now just working out of where I'm working out.
Yep.
I want to touch more people. I want to help more people, because I really am on a crusade about the obesity thing. I'm on a crusade about overall wellness. I get this magazine, Bob. It's a health and wellness magazine every month. St. Barnabas puts it out. And I get all these other big, institutes put it out. I got to tell you, I go through it. I'm like, I can't even digest the bullshit that they have in there. Now, this comes to people's homes, health and wellness, health we're living. And it comes to people's homes, and people are going to read this and think, oh, yeah, let me do what the book, this magazine says. But they're telling you to have dairy, which we just talked about how bad dairy is for you. It breaks down your bone density. It talks about medication for heart disease, not a holistic approach, not nutrition. And so every time I turn around, it talks about, I'm looking through a thing and put like kids, why they get injured. I've been talking this for years. The reason why kids get injured and get these severe ACL tears, because people aren't training the kids the way they trained us when we were working. Before we touched a football, for example, you know how many drills we ran? You know how we conditioned our bodies, how many up, downs, push-ups, running, jump. We did so much working out before we even put on pads to condition our body. Then we put on pads 2 weeks into the season, into August. And then you start today, more coaches are more like, hey, just let's throw these kids out there and start playing. And their body's not ready for it. You see this a lot of female soccer players that tearing their ACLs all left and right. Why is that? Because think of a ball. The ball's here. And you have two opposing forces coming together to smash this ball. They're kicking the ball as hard as they can. Their ligaments aren't ready for that kind of force. Their muscle density isn't strong enough for that. They're just not strong enough. So they're tearing them right at the limb, right? So, they don't even address that. they don't address proper nutrition for kids. You know, it's really something, the crusade, that I've really been more and more passionate about. And that's why I love the Pro Arginine, because you have to start off with good, blood flow to get everything else moving. Again, we can eat all the right foods, but they'll go into like slow storage and they'll get caught up into your bloodstream and not get processed. And there will be no synthesis in the system. There will be no protein synthesis. There'll be nothing happening because there's no flow. That's why you have people with issues as they get older. You don't hear this when you're in your 30s. You didn't hear this when you were in your 20s and 30s. Why? Because your body's functioning at a much higher level, right? You're just moving much quicker. But now, once you hit your 40s, you're saying, why are these things happening to me? Well, because you don't have the right blood flow. You're not putting the right stuff into your system. So this crusade is getting deeper and deeper for me, I tell you. And it's very controversial as well. Very, very controversial. It's not just, you talk about training as a whole. I'm like, why do you train so fucking hard? Why do you train? I don't train just because, look, I want to feel younger. I want to feel the way I used to feel. But one thing is I beat myself so up because I feel like I train so hard that all the other things in life will be easy for me to handle.
Yeah.
My business will be easy. When I have a problem in business, it's like, that's no big deal. I just fucking killed myself. Almost passed out working out. Like, this is a small problem. That's another reason why I do it mentally as well. It's not just a physical thing, but it's a mental thing as well. To see how hard I can push myself there. So when I do have these obstacles in life, whether it's a relationship obstacle, whether it's a business obstacle, finances, or things are not going out as planned, if you can't handle the stressors of that, then that's when you come into problems.
Such a good lesson. It's one that I used to talk to my kids about. Like, I'm a hard ass dad when it came to athletics, right? Yep. And my thing was like, listen, if you could deal with me, then you can deal with anything. When you get on that mound and you got opposing fans yelling at you, you got the other team in the dugout. Mm-hmm. So let me be the asshole I am, so you can get used to that. So when it's your time to get under the spotlight, you're used to having an asshole, right? It's basically the theory that you're talking about. You're preparing the body, the mind for the bad shit that's going to happen in life, and we're all going to experience bad shit.
Without a doubt. Listen, what's so funny? I talk about this all the time in my little talks, is you're going to have more bad days than good days, without a doubt. But it's how you approach it. It's really your attitude on it. Like, there's days that, damn, shit is going bad. But you know what? I'm just happy anyway in my day. Whether I don't judge my day about my happiness. I wake up every day and my routine's the same every day. Why? Because I want to breathe that consistency throughout the day.
Right.
Now, if things come up that might throw an obstacle in it, I'm still going to stay on that course that I have each and every day.
Right.
Because it's the end result down the road. At the end of the month, where do I have? What do I look like at the end of the month? That's the biggest thing. You can look at any of the great athletes' stats. Most of the stats will show you that they had more misses at the free throw line, 100%. more misses up at bat. But you just keep doing it because the end result is going to that little bit of success that you have is going to push you so much further. It's when you sit behind the 8 ball and say, oh, poor me. Oh, man, my life looks like shit. Oh, I'm not having a good day. Who cares? Stop doing a pity party. The other thing that kills me on social media, when you see it, I don't even look at it anymore. I scroll through. It's like when somebody has a bad breakup, they start spilling all their shit on. So, they'll bash the guys will bash girls or what. I'm like, dude, nobody cares about your problems. Keep your problems to yourself when it comes to that kind of crap. They should see you blowing and going, right? Always see you up. Always see you vibrant. Always see you excited. Like, instead of saying, oh, I had a bad race, take it as you had a learning curve. Oh, I got this fucking job I got to go to. Well, you got a job to go to. I think more people are just, I don't know. Today's society is
weak, man. It's weak.
It's weak. It's
It's funny. A couple of weeks ago, when we are going to do a show, and then I got the app, whatever. One of the topics I was going to talk about, I did some house cleaning and I found some old phones.
Oh, geez.
Right. So it's fun to go through some of the old text messages,
Right.
For whatever reason. I just happened to scroll upon, and it was right after Z and I spent the July 4th holiday with my old neighbors on their beautiful home in Lenoka Harbor. They have a beautiful home right on the water, beautiful boat. They invited us to stay over. It was spectacular. So I'm going through the phone and I look and I see a conversation that I had with a guy who was supposed to rent me his place here in Flemington. Now, this was about 6 years ago. And I don't like this person. There's not many people in my life, Mike, that I really don't like.
Right.
This guy's one of them.
I love it.
This guy's one of them. This guy I don't wish well on. And if I ever saw him, I would no physical violence, none of that shit. But I would just fucking
give it a look.
Because let me tell you a quick story. And this relates to what you're talking about. I'll tie it in. I was coming off a divorce. And when you divorce, your credit's usually shitty, right?
Right.
So I needed to rent a place in Flemington. And because my credit was bad, I was a little nervous. Ooh, is somebody going to take me? I look like a deadbeat on paper. I find a place on Craigslist. Long story short, call the guy. The guy ends up being the assistant baseball coach for the school that I want my son to go to.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, oh my God. So we're talking. And I tell him he knows 5 guys that I know. And I'm like, oh, this is great. This is going to be. And I tell him, I said, look, I'll give you references. I'll get co-signers. I'll pay you extra up front. I look like a deadbeat on paper. My credit's bad. It'll give me a couple of years. It'll be better. And which it is. Now it's in the mid 700s. But at the time, it was a couple 100 points lower. Bad. And I told the guy that. He's like, listen, this guy, that guy, this guy. I said, bro, I'll get you 30 references. I'll get you, my income is good, all that shit. He says, no problem. Well, long story short, Mike, over the course of the night, I go there with a cashier's check. I don't even look at the place. I'm like, sold, man. You're a coach. It must be karma. I found you. My son's going to your school. This is perfect. Blah, blah, blah. I bring a cashier's check for $4,000. I said, I'll take it. He goes, oh, great. A month goes by and we have not advanced. And I'm looking through the text message. I'm like, hey, so-and-so, I stopped looking. Are we moving forward? And he's like, hey, man, listen, I didn't tell you to stop looking. He goes, I'm looking at your credit and it's really not that good.
Oh my God.
I said, what part of deadbeat did you not understand? I told you I look like a deadbeat and you said that was okay, that you were going to talk to the guy. So long story short, Mike, is he did not give me this place. And I was in scramble mode. It was now closing in toward August, right around this time, August 1st, 2nd. And I had nowhere to go. And I had to get my kid enrolled in the school with a really shitty credit. And I was Mike, it was devastating. It was at the time, one of the most devastating things that I was going through, because the fear of not getting a place in time and screwing up that whole process. Well, I do what I do. I fix shit, right? That's me and you do. We fix shit. We got a problem. Let's fix it.
Figure it out.
I go to a place. The guy, it's a kind of, it's not a great place. It's very blandish. No accessories. Old kitchen, the old bathroom, the old rugs. There is not a fucking single upgrade in this place. And I want it because the guy, I said, hey, listen, I got bad. It's okay. You got bad credit. Just, don't. And what happened was, place was twice the size. Even though it wasn't, like I said, the amenities weren't great. But my neighbors were outstanding. I meet neighbors that I become friends for life with.
Beautiful.
They become clients of mine. They invest with me. And they were the people that we spent July 4th with in their beautiful home. Went out on a boat ride with them. You know, I've got some great memories with these folks. You know, we're going to probably go at least once or twice a year to their place.
Right.
And how did that happen, Mike? It happened because of a big negative in my life where this jerk off, this douchebag fucked me and didn't give me his place. And I was devastated. But a terrible thing turned out to be what, Mike? A great thing.
That's beautiful. That's
And
nice.
what's even better is about 6 or 7 months later, the dude left the school, so I never had to look at him again. I went to another school. Like it was my son had an illustrious career at Huntington Central, went on to do big things in the school. I had peace of not having to look at this scumbag liar, you know?
Right.
So to your point, like when negative shit happens, and this happens all the time, I bet you if you surveyed every human and you took 5 of the most terrible things that happened to them, I bet you a couple of them end up being the best because of what happened. I even go back, I talk about Z. You know, right before I met Z, I was starting to fall for this chick. And I don't really fall for anybody at the time. I've been single for 6 years. I mean, I wasn't like interested in falling for anybody. And I started to like maybe fall for this chick. And she got weird and she got distant, and quickly that was over. And at the time I was like, man, it hurt. It was like, and then a month later I meet Z. Like you went from to, so perspective, what you said, it's bad shit's going to happen to all of us.
Yep.
Bad shit happened this week with me.
Yep.
It's going to happen next week with me. My son's fucking car is shot. He needs a new car. Bad shit. Bad shit. That's not good shit. It's bad shit. But it's perspective and how you face it, the positivity that you go at it. And like you said, man, not having a fucking pity party, because there's always 10 million fucking people that would trade your shit for theirs and take twice your shit for theirs in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up, stop crying, and live life.
You know, it's funny. It's like you say that. It reminds me of this. Like you ever hear everybody says, "Oh, this too shall pass."
Yes. Yes.
I say that with a positive sense as well. You're having a great day. You're having a great week. Things are great. Remember, this too shall pass. Because as soon as something happening, remember something bad. And it's not being negative to say. It's just preparing yourself mentally and physically for those ups and downs and lows that are bound to come. It's just a part of life. You know, it's the lessons. Like, why does that have to happen to me? No, it's not for me. It's God showing you lessons in life that are going to better you in the long run. You got to have that faith to believe that. I have 100% faith, just like you said, with everything that happens negative or bad or something that goes as according to plan, something better is going to turn around.
Right.
But you cannot stop moving. Like, if I told you, Bob, I woke up every day and was ready to conquer the world, I'd be lying.
Yeah.
But I wake up every day, get my mind straight, get my mental abilities right, and then I'll go get my body right. Because I wake up beat up like I just got hit by a truck almost every day. But you can't let that slow you down. You got to keep it moving. You know, that's just a part of life. That's just what makes you who you are, and you got to set that standard for yourself. Because if we lead by example.
Yeah.
If I want other people to follow along, listen, it's not going to be pie in the sky, but we'll get you to that next level. Yeah. Whether it's your fitness level, whether it's your mental state of mind. You know, people always ask me, Mike, why do you work out so late at night? Because it's important to me when I wake up to stay in prayer and meditation for the first probably 20 minutes when I wake up. I won't do anything. I won't look at my phone, nothing. You know, my phone is buzzing. I know it is, but I won't look at it until 9 o'clock. I'm kind of old fashioned. I won't look at anything before 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, my prayer and meditation is usually over. I'll get my phone. I'll address any messages, and I'm starting my day by 10. It's just something that I do. And then at the end of the night, when it's all said and done, then I'll work out. You know, people say, well, I was just saying this the other day is like, I'd rather enjoy my whole day, for example, with my daughter on the beach, bike riding, go and get some food on the ocean shoreline, eating outside on the deck, right? Beautiful. I'd rather do all that during the day than take time away from her and go work out.
Right.
And you know me, I love working out.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when she's taking a shower, I'm going to work out.
Right.
I'm going to grind it out. I'm going to bust my ass for an hour as hard as I can. By the time she's finished the shower, blowing dry her hair, doing what she has to do, we can sit down, eat, and watch a movie together. You got to pick and choose what you want in life. And my priorities are pretty straight. My family's going to come first. My kid's going to come first. And then I'm going to work out and do what I have to. But I'll make sure I'll get in. Now, it might be fucking 11 o'clock at night or whatever.
Yeah.
But you do something.
Right.
And that's where you got to hold yourself to the higher standards, whatever it is in life. Now, you yell at me all the time, I should be investing better, right? I have to take that same principle as I do with my fitness and put that in my investments now.
Yeah.
And you tell me this for years. You got the same thing. And I'm like, next year. No, but obviously, I got on it this time, and I gave you some of my money to invest in wisely, and I appreciate it. Because, thank God for you. So I've been fucked. I really appreciate you helping me out all the time.
Of course. Bro, this is a good comeback.
Yeah. It was a great
comeback. Good comeback.
I did miss talking all the time. And, I think if I can't make it or you can't make it, one of us should just still man the post and just
100%.
screaming something.
100%.
The way people, some people want to tune into us, great. Some people, want to see the consistency. So we'll make sure we're consistent for everybody out there. So we'll build a nice platform again.
Sounds good, my brother. Good night, bro. Good session. Good to see you. And we'll chat next week.
Peace out.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.